I'm Danny V of DMV Films. Let me tell you a story that you'll enjoy.
In Parshas Pinhas, the Torah tells us about a man who took a stand when no one else would. Pinhas saw a public act of sin, and with fiery zeal for Hashem's honor, he acted. It was dangerous, controversial, but Hashem rewarded him with something rare, a covenant of peace and an eternal legacy. Centuries later, in medieval Germany, a Torah giant named Rabbi Amnon of Mainz faced a test of faith no less intense. The local bishop demanded that Rabbi Amnon convert to Christianity. Pressured and overwhelmed, Rabbi Amnon asked for 3 days to consider. But the moment he left the bishop's palace, he was crushed with regret. "How could I even entertain the thought?" he cried. 3 days later, he returned and refused to convert. In response, the bishop had him tortured limb by limb and sent home to die. But Rabbi Amnon wasn't finished. On Rosh Hashanah, he asked to be carried into the synagogue. In the middle of Musaf, he asked to recite something new, words that poured from his soul, words that would shake the world. "Let us speak of the holiness of this day. Who will live and who will die? Who by fire and who by water?" He finished the final words, sanctified Hashem's name, and died. Just like Pinhas, Rabbi Amnon stood for truth when it mattered most. And just like Pinhas, his courage became eternal. In the Haftorah of Parshas Pinhas, we meet Eliyahu Hanavi, not standing on a fiery mountain, but broken, hiding in a cave. He had just confronted the prophets of Baal in a public showdown, and despite his victory, Queen Isabel wanted him dead. He fled, alone, exhausted, and ready to give up. But Hashem showed him something deeper. The truth doesn't always thunder down in fire or earthquakes. Sometimes it's in a still, small voice. Fast forward to 1943, the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. A young Jew named Mordechai Anielewicz knew he couldn't stop the Nazis, but he also couldn't stay silent. With just a few hundred fighters and almost no weapons, he led a revolt against impossible odds. Bullets flying, buildings burning, no hope of victory. Just a voice inside that said, "We must stand." Like Eliyahu, Mordechai stood alone, knowing it might cost him everything. And like Eliyahu, his courage sparked something eternal. Hashem didn't appear to Mordechai in fire or thunder, but in that basement bunker, with prayers whispered and resistance fierce, there was a quiet holiness, a still, small voice that said, "We are still here." Parshas Pinhas reminds us real strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, and that whisper echoes through history.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and click on one of the videos above for more.